Thank you. Hi, everyone. Before we get started, I'm going to give away some T-shirts. So you've got to stick up your hand when I say your size. So medium. Anyone want a medium T-shirt? Oh, you've got to be far away. There's a man there. Right, okay. What are we going to say here? Right, so this is a large. Anyone want a large? There we go. So listen, the thing about merch is that it's physical. Large. Yeah, man there. It's tangible. What are we looking at? Oh, small. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Beautiful. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. Small. Oh, I'm not sure you... Oh, sorry, there we go. Hey, so listen, I'm going to give away the rest of these afterwards. Come and see me. I've got pretty much all sizes up to XL. So come and see me afterwards. I'll do that afterwards. So the one thing about merch is that it's physical. It's tangible. You can be proud of it. You wear something on your chest. And the reality about merch is commercially, you can't download it. You can't share it, you can't torrent it yet, but therefore it's really a commercially viable product. So the title of my talk is The Future of Merch. It's a bit grandiose. I'm not a soothsayer. I don't know really what the future of merch is, but I'm going to give you a couple of thoughts on how I think things are going to go. So this is my startup, Dizzyjam. We make it easy for people to create and sell merch without any cost at all. Ignore these numbers down here. I just realized this is actually a mock-up of our homepage. It's not the actual homepage. So by uploading the design to our site, you can create a product, stick your logo on it, a mug, t-shirt, hoodie, bag, whatever. Share that with your fans. Your fans say, wicked, I like that. I want it in green with a blue logo on it, or I want it in red with a white logo on it. We receive the order, we print it, we send it to the fan. So it's an easy way of bands making money without any outlay, and that's the problem. For most of us, it's difficult to make merch without any initial outlay. And billions of dollars is spent on merch in the music sector across the world every year. And the independent sector is totally excluded from a lot of that because they don't have... I mean, Coldplay can go to Malaysia and print 20,000 T-shirts at 50p a pop, knowing that they can afford to do that and they're going to sell thousands later on down the line. If you're a small band, getting 50 T-shirts printed up, it's going to cost you 250 quid. That's actually quite a barrier. T-shirts have been around for a very long time. And Dizzyjam is trying to solve this barrier to entry. So most of the people in this room are wearing T-shirts. They're a very, very powerful kind of thing, but it's not the only thing we do. We do mugs and hoodies and all that kind of stuff. Also, they're a really, really important part of revenue in the music industry right now. I know small bands who make less than 200 quid a month from music and touring, but still manage to pay 4 mortgages off of merch. They literally go and play in toilet venues where they don't get paid to play, and people are climbing over them at the end to buy T-shirts off them. So that's what Dizzyjam is. We've got lots of clients we've done stuff for Johnny Rotten, Goldie Looking Chain, you know, all the cool people. And that's what a typical shop looks like. That's Goldie Looking Chain shop. I don't think we've solved the issue of merchandise in the independent sector, nowhere near it. But it's just a step, and we're not reinventing the wheel. This isn't, print-on-demand technology isn't something that we've developed. We're just co-opting it and trying to make it work for the music industry. So currently the main platform, Dizzyjam, does fairly standard items. So, like I say, T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, whatever. But we've launched an API, which is doing some really, really interesting stuff. So this is a mashup of the Dizzyjam API and SoundCloud's API. So what happens, you come along, you put your track URL from SoundCloud into this box, you click a button, and it goes off to SoundCloud, gets the username, the picture, and the sound wave, importantly, and it creates one of these. So here's one I made earlier. I'm going to hand it here, and you guys can hand it round. There might be a pop quiz later for the lucky person to win that mug. So that's actually a clever use of the API of SoundCloud and Dizzyjam. And it's personalized the mug. And actually, SoundCloud loved it so much, they came to us and said, can we use it and send 100 mugs to 100 favorite users? So let's see. I've got no audio. Have I got audio? Any audio, folks? No? Okay. So it's just a promotional video of the mugs that we... Let's have a look. No audio. Okay, not to worry. So we did 100 mugs for SoundCloud. Each one was different. It was to their 100 favorite users. Went all around the world, and they loved these mugs, and every single mug was different. Every single mug had a different sound wave on it. Every single mug had a different name on it. Everybody loved them. We had so many tweets, messages, Facebook messages from people. And that's just one example of how an API, which I know some of you in the room are developers, but not all of you, but it's just taking simple data that we have and simple data that SoundCloud have, mashing them together and creating one product. So our API is actually open for anyone who wants to use it. So actually, if there's any developers in the room, that's the URL you need, and you can actually start making money from merch if you come up with a really nice product. So I believe there's two main areas for merch in the future. There's personalization that allows technology like this. Every single mug is different. That's personalized. And then there's interactivity. So for example, imagine if that mug, where is the mug, by the way? Oh, it's there, great. So imagine if someone got that mug and was able to hold a smartphone up to it and play that waveform with an app on their phone. There's nowhere near enough data in that waveform for that to actually happen, but there are ways you could spoof that. And that's a really great example of interactivity. I believe that interactivity could be a bigger feature of merch in the future. For example, I'm going to say the dreaded word QR codes. But imagine QR codes just on a T-shirt. People could hold a smartphone up to, and your T-shirt gets played like a piece of music. I suspect interactivity in merch will tend to be a gimmick. But I think, yeah, so interactivity will be very interesting. We're going to get some great stuff out of it, but it will be a gimmick, personally. These are some guys I know who've done something called the AR guitar, or R guitar, a kind of nearly air guitar. And what they're doing basically is a webcam on that laptop, is playing a track. Every time he crosses this symbol here, the laptop's recognizing that symbol there. Every time you cross it, it plays a chord. So you load up your favorite track of a band. It's like Guitar Hero on a T-shirt. It's really, really good. And that kind of thing could be quite good. So every single band could have their own air guitar T-shirt. So you get out in your T-shirt, wake up in the morning, bit of Led Zepp. You know, just every time you're crossing that and breaking that symbol, the next chord is played. So that's an example of interactivity. Again, not the coolest looking T-shirt on the planet, but it's something. But I think personalization, not interactivity, is the key. I think that's where merch is going to go, and that's where the excitement's going to be. Let me just show you this. So this is a video by Etienne de Crécy. Some of you will know as a house producer. And this audio, no, there's no audio? Okay, it's pretty mediocre house track anyway. So it's a video where you log in, yeah, volume's up full, so, where you log in and you sign in with your Instagram account, and every single one of these is actually one of your Instagram photos embedded into a record sleeve. So you can actually see, if you look close enough, you can see it's all interactive. That's an Instagram photo of the user that uploaded it. Then, of course, it's house music video. They've got to have a girl with a small bottom waving it around a bit. So I think actually the commercial potential for that would be, what if you could actually buy the record with your Instagram photo as part of the cover? So you've gone from interactivity to personalization. The interactivity is a gimmick. It gets you to watch the video. This has been uploaded by some random dude. This has been watched like 7 times on YouTube. But it gets uploaded every single person who signs in with their Instagram account. Their video gets generated. Oh, you can hear it through my amazing laptop speakers. And yeah. Get the party started. Right. Anyway, so enough of that. Sorry, that's bad timing, sorry. So personally, I think, although I did say that interactivity would be a bit of a gimmick, and personalization, I was really disappointed that the Instagram photos weren't appearing on the bottoms. That would have been much better. So actually, I think the silver bullet might be a cross of interactivity and personalization. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. It's called #myass. So go and have a look at the video. It's actually fairly well done. if a little bass, shall we say. So I think my last couple of minutes, I'm just going to say, looking a few years into the future, I think 3D printing is going to be interesting, because it's not just about t-shirts, it's not just about that kind of stuff, it's not about wearables or mugs or whatever. You know, you could buy, with a 3D printer, you could buy the plans for a 3D version of Boyzone, Andrew's favourite band, with an extra member on the end with his face scanned onto it, so it looks like he's the sixth member, and he could have that on his desk. So that's an example of personalised physical merch. But there's a website, I don't know if anyone knows Shapeways. It's like a website that allows you to trade in 3D printed products, but also 3D printed plans. So you can just download the digital plan for a 3D product. So you can literally just download the data. So if you have a 3D printer at home, you can literally just download the plan, click a button. And I think actually when we get to the point of technology where you can 3D print that or that, then actually piracy could well start to creep back into physical merch. Because if you've got a 3D printer at home and it's only costing you like 20 pence material to make something like this, why on earth would you pay 20 quid for it at a gig if you're of a piratical nature? So I suppose my key point is nobody's really making that much money off music anymore. I think we did a sweet poll of the room. There were one, maybe two people. So it's about time we get creative about merch and using it to make money to allow us to continue doing the stuff we love, creating music. I hope Dizzyjam's doing something to help that process. And if you want to get in touch with either me or Dizzyjam, these are my details. And please email if you have any merch-related queries or want to pass anything past me. Totally unbiased. I'll be more than happy to help out. Oh yeah, and I'm going to be around at least until I finish that pint, probably the next pint as well. I've got maybe about 20 t-shirts left in a whole range of sizes. And by the fact that I'm hoping lots of you come to me, I'll prove that merch is really, really important. Thank you.